Welcome to day number 4 of the Sweet 16. Things are starting to come into picture who we're going to see advancing into the Elite Eight. It was a little bit of a weird day yesterday. Again, we experienced a little bit of adversity at the beginning of the day, especially. Thanks everybody for continuing to push through. We are working on solutions for all those things, but let's see what's happening right now in the Sweet 16 and get into it. So, starting at the top here, Rochester. I think this is the first day they've even tied anybody since March Madness started. And they ended up with 6 yesterday, tying Joe in Portland 5 with their 6. But Rochester still with a 19 point lead right now. Colorado Springs and Bozeman finally put on the boxing gloves here and started going at it a little bit. We got Colorado Springs throwing up double digits. They had 10. Bozeman at 7 staying in it. That one is the closest one of all the matchups that we have going right now. You have Eugene 2 and Austin 1. Both of them rough day yesterday for both of these vans. I'm sure Brandon's going to bounce back in Eugene 2. Reading 1 is just really starting to put the pedal to the metal and pull away from the rest of the pack. They didn't have the start of the month that Tucson had, but really since the middle of last week to now, they've been the hottest, best van in our group here. So they're really starting to pull away. They've got a 43 lead advantage over Tri-Cities 2. Currently, I don't really see that one going away. So Reading, welcome to the Elite Eight. Tucson, a pretty similar position. They've had a couple off days here and there, but they're still able to put up as big a number as anybody on any given day. And you saw that yesterday when they put up 17. So they're up by 24 currently. Again, anything's possible, but I think you're going to probably see Tucson in the Elite Eight. Eugene 1 still, I mean, they're very, very consistent van. I think if anybody slips up, they're going to be able to snip them here, but they're looking like they're going to advance. They only have a 16 lead advantage currently. So that could go away anytime. You got a really strong Spokane 2 van there that could put up some big numbers as well. But that is a pretty big lead that they've got. Vegas and Riley there have been doubled up by Bremerton at 28-14. Good fight the last couple of days out of these two vans. I think you're going to see this continue the last couple of days here. We'll see if Vegas can pop. They haven't been able to put up those 15-20 days yet. But if they can claw back into it, but it's an uphill battle. If Bremerton and Nate can stay pretty consistent here, I think they're going to be able to lead it into the Elite Eight. And then finally, you got Oklahoma City at 37 leads, just pushing away from Spokane 3. Just very consistent day over day. They've had the big days of 16, but they're consistently at their 8, 9, 10 plus. So another big favorite going into the Elite Eight week. So right now, as it stands, you'd have Rochester, maybe Colorado Springs. That's a close one. Eugene 2, Reading, Tucson, Eugene 1, Bremerton, and Oklahoma City looking to advance to the Elite Eight. So 2 more days left in this competition. We'll see where it goes. But I think you're starting to see who's going to be the people bringing home the prizes at the end of the month here. So moving on. The teaching point today, right? And I want to give you guys another story here from my background. I was a wrestler in high school, college, and I was pretty good, especially in high school. Not so much in college. I got whooped, got hurt a lot, but in high school, I was wrestling a guy, and this guy ended up he was good. He played football at Purdue for 4 years, started as an offensive lineman for him, and he's a big dude. And he's kind of a rival of mine, and I was a very offensive wrestler. I would push the tempo, push the pace, and I had been trying like hell to score on this guy the whole match. It was a close match, and by the third period, I'd almost given up trying because I was so focused on the ref not calling a penalty on this guy. And there's a penalty in wrestling called stalling, which means the guy's blocking, not being offensive, too defensive, right? And at a certain point in the match, I was doing things trying to just get the ref to call a penalty instead of actually trying to score points myself, right? Then I come off the mat, I lose the match, come off the mat, talking to my coach and bitching up a story about the refs. This guy doesn't know what he's doing. He should have called this, should have called that. My coach just stopped me and looked at me and said, hey, all that energy that you're spending right now complaining about the ref, all that mental focus you're spending about the ref now, all that energy you spent during the match, all that focus you spent during the match. If you'd have just taken that energy and tried to score on the guy, it would have never come to this. And I think some of you are getting lost in the sauce here. Oh, confirmation slow. They're not calling my leads fast enough. Hey, this error on the scoreboard, whatever it is, fix it, send in the email and move on. Some of you are spending mental energy and worrying about things like one lead, right? When you put up numbers like Reading does, you don't really have to worry about what the ref's going to say at the end of the day, right? The only time a ref's ever come into play on Reading was when they got mad at me because I called the day too early and they couldn't get 37 leads in the day. They only got 35 leads officially in the day. Don't leave it in the ref's hands. Push, 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 and win by an insurmountable amount where nobody can take it away from you. That's the mindset you need to have. At the end of the day, not everything's going to go your way. Sure, some outside forces are occasionally going to invoke, but we're building mental toughness through the month of March. And if you let these little things affect your focus, how do you think you're coming off in the van? How do you think your team's looking at you as the leader? But if you don't worry about it and you just push on and try to get more and more and more leads, at the end of the day, it's going to shake out. The ref won't matter. You control your own destiny, but only if you take the ref out of it. Thanks, everybody. Have a great day. We'll see you again next time.